Hi, what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, and today I'm going to show you a super fun and easy envelope decorating project. The reason why I wanted to do a super fun and easy envelope decorating video today is because I need to get back into making tutorials, and this allows me to talk to you all, which is something I've missed and I haven't been able to do for quite a while. But before I start this video, I actually really quickly wanted to take you through nearly all of the pictures that have been posted at the ThePaperLetterBlog hashtag over on Instagram. These are all projects, believe it or not, that are somewhat inspired by my videos. I'm going to show you the other half of all of the ones I've missed at the end of this video, but because I haven't made a video in so long with the Instagram pictures, it has really piled up, and I have so many pictures I want to show you, so many incredible creations, and to me it's kind of crazy that all of that was inspired by things I've made. So I also want to ask you guys, because let me be honest, this is one of the most fun things about having a YouTube channel. If you are making something that is inspired by one of my videos, or if you were making something from a tutorial I did, please do use the hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog so that I can find it and other people can find it, and yeah, we can kind of create some sort of a community there. I just checked and there's already over 350 pictures tagged with the ThePaperLetterBlog, which is kind of crazy but also really cool. So thank you everyone for doing that. I do want to ask you to not make the hashtag a standard hashtag, as in don't use it for all of your snail mail, happy mail, pen pal mail pictures, just the ones that are made after my videos, basically. So now let me talk about this actual video I'm doing here. I don't know if you guys have ever bought 12 by 12 paper pads, but they usually come with a paper strip at the top, and I'm gonna be honest with you, before I saw someone use them for decorating, I used to leave them in the paper pad, so I kind of forgot about them. But I actually realized they can be really fun for making collages. So when I was going to decorate this envelope, I decided to use the paper strips. I used Amy Tangerine, Picnic in the Park. I just realized that the music I picked for today is, funnily enough, also called Tangerines. But I recently purchased Amy Tangerine's Picnic in the Park paper pad and die cuts and some stickers. And I did a project with that, which I will show you very soon, but it hasn't been received yet. So fingers crossed it arrives in one piece, safe and sound, very soon. And then I also wanted to do a matching envelope. So I basically sat down with an envelope, looked at my stash, and I realized, hey, why not use up those paper scraps for once? So if you don't have a 12 by 12 paper pad that has all of these paper strips at the top, obviously you can use regular paper scraps or make paper strips, it doesn't really matter. But for me, this was a good way to finally use some smaller pieces of paper, because I have 2 baskets filled with them and I always forget to use them, and I actually kind of like this idea. So the last thing I'm going to say about the paper strips is, if you don't want to use paper strips, or if you don't want to bother gluing everything down, you can also use washi tape, obviously. So what I did is I cut all of them to different sizes because I thought that would look kind of playful. And then what I'm doing is, at one side I cut about half an inch or a centimeter or something into the paper strip in the middle, and then this is so difficult to explain, I basically cut the ends on one side into a little flag, and then the other side I'm going to make perfectly straight so that it becomes a really fun, playful flag on one end, and then a nice, neat line on the other side. I don't know. And the reason why I did all of that gluing at once is because I opened my glue bottle and all of this glue came out. So I had to I had to divide that over a couple of paper flags, because otherwise, you know, glue everywhere. And what I did first, a lot of people ask me like, Vivian, how do I start? Well, to be honest, my only tip for that is just to start. Ha ha ha, that's not a tip, but no. A good place for me to start when I don't know is just start placing things on paper. Don't glue them down yet. You also saw me do that here. I simply started moving flags around until I was like, yep, this is the kind of look I'm going for. And then afterwards I somehow managed to place all of them in one pile. So yes, I ended up going kind of randomly again, but placing everything onto paper before gluing anything down is a good way to kind of figure out what looks nice together, I guess I could say. Oh, and I also tried to link all of the supplies, or a lot of the supplies, if I could find them, in the description box down below. I use affiliate links for this, which means that if you buy it at either Croft Stash or Amazon by clicking on one of my clickable links, you don't pay anything extra, nothing changes for you, but I get a small percentage, which would be kind of cool. So if you want to buy anything of this, please do consider using one of my links. I don't get rich from it, but it is kind of nice when you get a small little tip basically every time. But yeah, I told you guys that I wanted to talk to you all, because if you're new to my channel, hey, my name is Vivian, and if you have been away from YouTube, I know that you probably don't know this yet, but I had a little break for, yeah, I missed a couple. Usually I upload on every Tuesday and Friday, but I missed a couple days because my dear grandmother passed away. She was 88 years old, which is a beautiful age, but it was still kind of unexpected. Not necessarily unexpected, but we didn't see it coming. So after she passed away, I went to my parents for a bit. I stayed at my parents' house until the funeral, until the day after the funeral, and that was really, really good for me, just talking to my parents and my brother. Even my brother and I, we never really talk about feelings, but we did talk a lot about grandma, which was kind of special actually. So I spent a while at my parents, and then afterwards I was really, really pushing. No, I was kind of, I wouldn't say excited, but I really felt like it was time to get back into making YouTube videos again. But then when I started, I couldn't seem to express myself. I wanted to talk about my grandma a little bit, but also not too much. Like, I didn't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, and I also didn't want it to seem almost as if I was using my grandmother for attention. So I really struggled with that, and I decided that that was a good sign that I needed some more time. So that's why I was away for a little bit, but I'm back now. I'm hoping to make all of my Tuesday and Friday posts, but I'm also behind the scenes working on Patreon posts. I did an extra Patreon video yesterday. For those of you who don't know what Patreon is, it's basically a website where you can subscribe every month and you get a little bit of extra content, and I made an extra video for the €3 tier and up. So if you're a Craft Club member, and that's the project that I am going to include in that envelope, little sneak peek there. But if you're a Craft Club member and you haven't seen it yet, it's on Patreon. It's just a fun little extra project. It's wax seals, and then I do a lot of talking, but I'm hoping to do more in the future. So what I got distracted there, but what I was going to say is that I am also working on extra Patreon content. So if I don't have enough time, then Patreon goes first. But that also goes for you. If you want to see more content, you could consider subscribing to Patreon. It still feels really, really weird to promote that, but I know we have over 30 members now, and it's a fun little community, so I know that I can also be proud of it, and I shouldn't be kind of embarrassed to talk about it, because I'm not begging for money. I'm just telling you that I have an extra project that I'm working on. So that's all about Patreon. What I'm doing now is I obviously finished gluing down all of the flags. They need to dry a little bit, and then I'm in the meantime looking for stamps. I usually use international stamps because that's easiest and they are already sticky, which is good. But for this envelope I decided to do something extra, and that is combine multiple Dutch stamps to have nearly the same value, a little bit over the value of international stamps. I don't do this often because I cannot be precise, so I'll have to put too many stamps, and that's annoying, and I need a lot of stamps, and I don't usually like the look of that, but for this envelope I thought it would be fun. What I also did in the meantime, by the way, is there's one sheet of little sentences in the paper pad, and I cut two out. I think one of them says hello and the other one says something cute. Don't remember what it was, but I'm going to use these for decorating as well. And then I did something that I never ever do, and that is I first sketched out the address with pencil. I only sketched out the name and the United States of America, but I wanted to make sure it would fit. And then I made a mistake because I thought this is a very beautiful color, purple, Ecoline, a brush, a pen, but I did not consider that purple on yellow, or orange. Would you call this? Question: is this, in your opinion, yellow or orange? In my opinion, it's yellow, but of course, purple and blue on a yellow envelope, it doesn't look as nice as it would have on a white paper. It's something I need to consider. This was also my very first time decorating a yellow envelope, so it's a learning process. Yellow envelopes are not something that we can usually buy here in the Netherlands. It's usually white ones. But I actually purchased these on AliExpress. I had never purchased bubble wrap envelopes on AliExpress before, but if I want to buy them in the Netherlands, I need to order like 100 or 200. It's kind of difficult to get bubble wrap envelopes in varied sizes in like smaller quantities, and I really wanted this size because it would be, that's all of my goodies by the way, because it would be perfect for sending small Happy Meals. Not too big, but the Happy Meal that I just showed you a sneak peek of had a ring. It's a ring flip. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. It's a ring flip, and if I would have put that in a normal envelope, it probably would have torn the paper. So this was a perfect excuse to get some bubble wrap envelopes. And now, of course, last thing I'm doing is I am decorating it with some more Nuvo Drops. And that is it. I also put a sticker on there, and I secured that with some extra glue. Thought that would look nice. I think it does. And this envelope has been sent out. I really hope it arrives safe and sound. And here are some more pictures from the hashtag. Thank you everyone for using the hashtag. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys are doing okay. A big thank you also to my current patrons. You know I really appreciate you, and I will see you again very soon. Okay, bye.